This morning, history quietly shifted in Africa. While the world scrolled casually, Africa acted. Something unfolded that could shake Silicon Valley. For 1.4 billion people, everything just changed. Africa didn't just upgrade its internet access, it created an entirely new digital backbone. For decades, Africa played on foreign turf. Today, it finally built its own field. Western tech companies have long dictated the rules. Google, Amazon, and Microsoft controlled the gateways. Every African click traveled across oceans first. Imagine mailing a letter next door overseas. The result was painfully expensive internet costs. It was slower, unreliable, and heavily restricted. Africans weren't just paying for access, they were renting infrastructure they didn't own. But now, a seismic shift has begun. The Continental Internet Exchange has officially launched. And it's not just another service provider, it's a brand new internet built for Africa. Think of highways built by locals, toll-free. Instead of foreign tolls, Africa owns roads. Except here, the roads are digital highways. Highways carrying data, knowledge, and opportunity. When someone in Nairobi visits South African sites, their data never leaves African soil anymore. The traffic stays home, faster and more secure. No detours through Europe or North America. The scale of this achievement is staggering. 54 nations coordinated on one colossal vision. Over 100,000 kilometers of fiber were laid. 47 data centers now hum across continents. And nearly every major city hosts exchanges. This isn't a trial or temporary solution. This is world-class infrastructure rivaling Silicon Valley. But the real disruption lies beyond the hardware. It's hidden in the software protocols themselves. Enter the African Digital Protocol, a revolution. This system doesn't mirror Western internet designs. It speaks its own digital language entirely. And foreign platforms can't communicate without rewriting themselves. That's where Google's nightmare truly begins. For 2 decades, Google defined online searching. They owned the map, index, and protocols. But the African system ignores Google's algorithms. Instead, it uses distributed knowledge mapping technology. This prioritizes African voices, languages, and perspectives. When someone searches African history within Africa, they don't get Western-biased search results anymore. Instead, knowledge flows from African universities directly. Results are tailored to culture, context, and language. It's a search system built for Africans first. And that's the very thing Google fears. This isn't just lost clicks or market share. It's a direct strike at Google's foundation. If 1.4 billion users bypass Google tomorrow, the company faces an existential digital threat. But search isn't the only battlefield here. The exchange has launched African-made alternatives everywhere. Email systems, cloud storage, video platforms, and ads. Every service Silicon Valley offered now has competition. Cheaper, faster, and deeply rooted in local relevance. For Africa, it's not just convenience, it's sovereignty over its digital destiny. The economic shockwaves are already being felt. For years, Africa paid billions to outsiders. Over $50 billion annually left the continent. Money that built Silicon Valley, not Africa. Now, those funds remain on African soil. They fuel African engineers, researchers, and companies. Every dollar reinvested multiplies across local economies. Jobs grow, expertise deepens, and innovation explodes. Startups once strangled by foreign giants are thriving. Local platforms now compete on fair ground. They operate on infrastructure designed for them. And suddenly, global tech titans look outdated. But the timing of this launch matters. Africa is the youngest continent on Earth. Over 60% are under 25 years old. These digital natives were born into smartphones. Until now, they adapted to foreign systems, tools made for Westerners, not Africans, search results misaligned with culture or language, platforms designed without African priorities in mind. The continental internet exchange flips that entirely. Now young Africans hold tools reflecting themselves. Cultural identity meets cutting-edge digital innovation, and adoption is happening faster than anyone imagined. In just 3 days since the switch, over 200 million users migrated seamlessly inside. That growth outpaced Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. No platform in history scaled this quickly. Why? Because it simply works better for Africans. It's cheaper, faster, safer, and more relevant. Once users experienced the difference, they never looked back. And this is only the beginning. Google has never faced such a challenge. They can't just buy the infrastructure outright. They can't simply copy the African protocol. This isn't a market they can dominate. Yes, the protocol is open source by design, but it only functions inside Africa's ecosystem. For Google to compete on equal terms, they'd need to build a parallel internet. That would cost hundreds of billions instantly, and decades of work to even catch up. By then, Africa's system will be unstoppable, and Google will be too far behind. Other regions are watching with intense curiosity. South America already announced their own intentions. Inspired by Africa, they plan regional networks. Asia is holding similar high-level discussions now. We might be seeing the internet fracturing, no longer one global, Western-controlled system. Instead, multiple regional ecosystems rising independently, each with sovereignty over its digital future. The geopolitical implications cannot be understated here. For the first time in modern history, a continent has achieved true digital independence. No outside nation can pull the plug anymore. Economic sanctions lose much of their leverage. Political pressure loses its sharpest weapon. Africa is no longer digitally vulnerable or dependent. It controls its infrastructure from core to edge. This is why Western leaders feel threatened. This isn't just economics, it's global power. And it's shifting faster than anyone predicted. Africa has not only joined the digital race, it has suddenly taken a massive lead, and the entire world is watching nervously. The post-Google era is no longer theory. It's unfolding right now in real time. For 20 years, Google shaped global information, but its reign is cracking at the edges. The continental internet exchange shows another path exists. A path that prioritizes people, not monopolies. A system where local voices lead first. Where cultures aren't erased by global algorithms. Imagine a world with multiple digital sovereigns. Africa leads, South America builds, Asia follows. Each region controlling infrastructure, knowledge, and narratives. Suddenly, Western corporations lose their strongest advantage. For Google, this isn't just lost revenue. It's a direct hit to their identity. They weren't just a company, but a gateway. That gateway now has powerful regional replacements. And here's what terrifies Silicon Valley most. This change happened without their permission or oversight. They can't stop it, slow it, or purchase it. The genie has left the bottle forever. Meanwhile, Africa's momentum is accelerating every single day. New businesses are forming around digital independence. Universities are creating local research-powered knowledge systems. Governments are funding infrastructure that actually stays home. For the African people, the benefits are clear. Cheaper services, faster speeds, greater privacy protections, and perhaps most importantly, digital dignity restored. For the first time, Africans truly own data. Western leaders call it fragmentation of the internet. Africans call it freedom from digital colonialism. Names aside, one truth stands undeniably tall. The internet will never look the same again. Other nations are already drafting partnership agreements. Investors are rushing to fund regional platforms. Tech innovators see opportunity in sovereign ecosystems. The domino effect is already underway globally. Imagine 5 years from now, multiple networks. Africa leads, South America thrives, Asia rises, each controlling their digital roads and currencies. The balance of global power completely redefined. And make no mistake, this is just beginning. The first sparks of transformation are now burning. By the next decade, digital maps may splinter, each continent drawing its own online borders. Will this weaken global connection or strengthen it? Will regions cooperate or compete for dominance? These are questions nobody can fully answer yet. But one fact remains impossible to ignore. Africa has changed the rules permanently today. It has proven monopolies are not inevitable. It has shown sovereignty is possible and achievable. And that truth is echoing worldwide right now. Google, Amazon, Microsoft all feel the tremors. Their dominance is no longer guaranteed or eternal. Adaptation may save them, but not completely. The monopoly era is collapsing before our eyes. This story began quietly, just days ago, but its consequences will echo for decades. History will remember the moment Africa rose and claimed its rightful place in the digital age. The internet, as you once knew it, is gone. A new internet has already been born, and its future belongs to those who build it.